Morena tātou. My name's Kathryn Dick and I'm one of the Deputy Principals at Otago Girls, and Kerry nobbled me once again because I clearly have the skill and the talent, I'm sure, to talk to these lovely young people. Rory, I know we haven't met, we've only sort of met over the email, so welcome. And this is Rebekah Wairau, and it's a real privilege to be able to talk to Rebekah because she played rugby with my daughter, and she's a better rugby player, so I think I can just sort of touch her and a little bit of it will rub off. So I do know that, right? I'm sure Rebekah will talk about it, but she's a very special and talented and gifted rugby player. But that is not why she is here. She's got another stellar career beside that. And Rory, you are, what's your career?
So I'm actually studying barbering at Premier Dunedin. Cool. And I got into that just by, I brought my own clippers because I didn't want to spend too much money on haircuts every week. And then started off quite bad, as I would. And then I eventually just put a lot of research into it, got a lot better. Then found out about Premier. And then, found out about Premier, looked into it, applied, and then now I'm here. I'm doing quite well, I'd say, and it's going good.
So could you tell us a little bit about where you came from in terms of your schooling, your education, and that sort of pathway, and how that led into that decision to go and get that pair of clippers yourself?
So I went to King's High School, and to be fair, school wasn't really quite for me. I didn't enjoy it as much. Ended up leaving end of my year 12, and then just went into just labouring. And then that also wasn't quite for me. But growing up, I never knew what I wanted to do, and I'm glad that I found barbering.
Cool. So Rebekah, just tell us a little bit about this other stellar career you have, and you can also mention the rugby as well, that's fine. But just tell us a little bit more about yourself, where you went to school, subjects you loved, hobbies and interests.
So I'm an electrician and I work for Tansley Electrical, been there for 6 years, and went to school to Otago Girls. Subjects were like accounting, PE, maths, English and Gateway. And I found the career through Gateway. Did like building, but thought there's a lot of heavy lifting there, so might give another one a go. And electrical was suggested to me, so I just decided to give it a go and enjoyed it and then stuck with it.
Who was some of the, or what were some of the pivotal things for you both? Rory, I'll hand it back to you and let Rebekah have a wee think, but those sort of useful things or useful people that guided you along your way?
So for me, it was probably just my friends and family, because starting out, cutting my own hair, my friends saw what I was doing and they weren't too phased about it. They didn't really trust me to cut them until I eventually, so I got better, and then then they eventually trusted me, and now cutting them all the time.
Who or what helped you along your journey? Important people? Or?
Miss Baz over there, she definitely helped me with her connections, so she knew one of the electricians at Tansley's and got me a place to be there for 1 day a week for 10 weeks, so that helped get me in there. And then we just kind of looked at what happens next after the 10 weeks, and and then also my cousin was an electrician, so that kind of helped as well, and he kind of gave me some pointers and what the job could look like. So yeah.
So we have a lot of teachers and principals and business leaders here. What advice do you have for them so that they can help people like you into their future career? What do we as slightly older people need to know in order to support young people like you who aren't necessarily going to take that, well, you may yet, but that straight through to tertiary kind of thing? What do we need to know?
I'll just say mostly it's just, the support, being there for them, and then just giving them all the knowledge that they need, and like what they're doing, and like what options they have, and yeah.
I think even just going out into the community and seeing what's around, like everyone's approachable. We have people just coming up to us on the daily and seeing what we're doing, like what's happening here. And yeah, like we're always happy to have a yarn if you ever see us out and about in the hivers. So yeah.
So you would be encouraging perhaps careers advisors, teachers, principals getting out a little bit more and talking to you in your job, in your day, and actually making contact with those employers a little bit more.
Yeah. It's definitely a good way to set them up and see, because you don't really see us sometimes and we're all inside or out and about, but yeah, if you do see us, we're always smiley and happy to help.
Cool. Now, Rebekah, I know, plays for the Otago Spirit, although you may see a large brace on her knee at the moment, so she's injured at the moment, so she's not starring on the field at the moment. So that's some of the things you do in your spare time. What else do you do, Rebekah, to keep yourself busy when you're not able to be playing rugby?
Mainly just in the gym, still being around the team and all that as well. But yeah, just start working more. It's always pretty busy working, and we're always got something to do, so there's always jobs for us to do, and yeah, just work and rugby pretty much.
So growing up I played football, and recently just still playing a little bit of football, but my spare time I usually just all to do with barbering. I'm either cutting hair, watching stuff on it, or just, yeah.
So, final question. Cast yourself back to maybe intermediate, those year 7 and 8 years. What would you tell your younger self now? Or what advice or encouragement would you give to that young student who's maybe setting off in high school and looking around and going, I'm not sure this is me and I want to get out of here as soon as I can?
Don't be scared. Speak up, because I was probably more of a quiet student in school and just kind of went with whatever came at me, and loved my sport, so that's always a good way to meet people and start your circle of meeting people, creating friends. But yeah, definitely don't be scared.
For me, it would just be to branch out. Yeah, don't be afraid to just get out there and get into barbering.
So where can we find you? Are you, address, please? 24 Philil Street. And you cater for all sorts of young, so it's barber? Yep, cool. And Rebekah, you're at, again, big plug for?
Tansley Electrical.
There you go. So thank you very much, and thank you both. I know it's nerve-wracking getting up in front of a room of people you don't know, and especially people with greyer hair than yourselves. So super work, and thank you very much for coming and enjoying with us today.